So here's how you send a document from DocuSign without it coming from paperless pipeline first. What we're going to do is upload a document directly from our computer. Say you've had your client sign a buyer agency agreement in person, but you still need Winston to initial it and you neglected to sign it yourself. So let's do this. First you click on Send, which will take you to a new envelope. Let's go ahead and add a document. We're going to browse from the computer, and I'm going to scroll down and get my buyer agency agreement, which we're going to say I scanned and uploaded into this computer. I'm not going to apply any templates. This is the document I want. So we're done. Now we're at the buyer agency agreement, except we have no one to sign. So what we need to do now is hit 2, and that's going to determine who our recipients are. You must know the email of the recipient. So we know that Winston will need to sign for one thing, and you, the agent, which in this case will be me, you need to sign it as well. Okay. In the first place, notice there is an order column. You can make it so that one person will sign first before the next person will sign, if that might be a necessity sometimes, but just keep in mind that that can clog up the pipeline a little bit if person number 1 doesn't realize that an email is coming or hasn't checked the email. A final recipient, if this is something simple like an addendum that you just need your client to initial or sign and we need to get it right back to the other agent, you could put the other agent in, and I'm going to use myself again. You could put the other agent in as a carbon copy recipient. Do you see what happened with the order now? The carbon copy recipient is number 2. So once this is signed, they will automatically get a copy of this. That makes your life a little bit easier because you don't have to receive the email, note that it's done, download it to your computer, save it, then email it. This automatically goes to the other agent. So that's kind of cool. Know where else it can go to? It can go to a paperless transaction. Here's the email address for this transaction. I'm going to copy the email address, put it in DocuSign, name it, and once this is signed, this will go automatically to be assigned in paperless. That's pretty cool too. Let's think about that for a second. Okay, so now I'm going to go and we can be done, and we're going to go and we're going to get the signatures on. Okay, notice right here, see where my cursor is kind of in the top left, we have 2 people who will be signing this. What has to happen then is wherever initials or signatures are due, you need to have that person's name, drag the initial down, and you drag the date signed over next to it. I'm not the buyer, so I'm not going to do that, but you would do that everywhere you see that initials are needed. So you're dragging the date signed, okay, and then see there's a signature needed here, okay, signature, date signed. Now note that it says broker and buyer's agent company. Okay, so we want to type in the name of the company. Anytime you need to type something, there's something called data field here. Think of that as the text box. Drag that over, use your little black arrow, click on the black arrow and drag it to make it as long as you want. Go ahead and type it in. Okay. So now as the licensee, the agent, you say, whoops, I forgot to sign it myself. Okay, so there we go. And we would date it. Okay, so you have seen how to make a text box Okay, and say you were filling this in from scratch, you would drag your data field over and create every data box needed. If you have a checkbox that needs to be checked in, go over here. We have a checkbox. You would drag a checkbox and you would check it, and then you keep moving. Okay, so that's how that works. Okay. Should you need to add a document, go to the right over here where it says Documents, browse from my computer, add another document, and you can continue on with your day. Okay, that's the basics of how to open and create an envelope in DocuSign. Because I would like to show you how to send it, but I don't want to bother Winston with this right now, I'm going to take him off as a signer of this, and I will just show you what it looks like when you have signatures and initials on a document. So, okay, Winston, in order to remove a recipient, you simply go over here to the right, remove the recipient. Now I have some tags for him. Those are going to go away. Anything that was created under his name, whether it's a text box or whether it's a signature or initial, that goes away. Okay, so now what I'll do so that I can show you what the initials look like is I will go ahead and initial the first page. Okay, so now let's say we're completely done. You've gone over everything, checked everything you needed, every text box that needed to be filled in. You would send it. And sure, I'll sign it right now so that we can see what it looks like. Okay, so we just keep pressing the little yellow. Whoops. I went on to the next page, didn't I? Okay, initial there. Look, there go my initials. Okay, we go on down. There we go. So, sign. And you'll know you're done when you see the finish. If you don't see that yellow finish light up, something in here still needs to be done, and you need to scroll through. Okay, so you hit finish. I do not. Okay, and on here we see that it's been completed. You can also look down at the very bottom and you can see what's been going on. I sent it, I signed it, a copy was sent to Paperless, and a copy was sent to me. So let's check out Paperless. Let's see where it is. So we know it takes a second, but as you can see, we have a yellow bar at the top. It has a document waiting to be assigned. All you have to do is assign the document. The permission category is buyer, and it's done. There it is. Okay, so it's still loading. Still loading. But that's exciting. Thank you. All right. Hope that helped.